Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I'm in this beautiful Jannah on earth in remembrance of Islameil Hanieyh and his family who are all martyred and inshallah in the best place in Jannah. Comparing him, his three sons and the fourth son with Noah, the greatest, one of the greatest prophets, his three sons and the fourth one. What are the similarities? We know that Prophet Noah, he lived 950 years, majority of his lifetime, hundreds of years. He invited people to worship only one God. People were worshiping idols, they were doing mischief, they were doing crimes, they were doing many bad things. He invited everyone to worship only one God, promised them forgiveness from Allah, promised them rain, promised them everything that a human being would desire. They did not believe in him, they did not follow him, they mocked at him, they abused him, and he did not stop, he continued. Until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered him to build an ark for a special day. Him and his three sons, out of four children, he had four sons, three sons believed in him. They helped him build the ark together with the believers, and until such time the ark was finished. In the meantime, the fourth son is just not believing in the father. This is something we have to really consider that is happening today. If it happens at that time, this is a son that lived almost 1,000 years. We don't know how old he was. Hundreds of years. He lived with a prophet. His father was a prophet. He was listening to his father, inviting people to worship only one God. He was there with him. The other sons were there with him. He did not believe in him. Why is it that he did not believe in him? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran numerous places that when a heart is closed to guidance, Allah keeps it shut, keeps it sealed. It could be that young people about his age, they were indulging into unlawful things that the father did not agree with, and he wanted to have fun. He did not want to be a son of a prophet, so he preferred to hang around his friends rather than follow a prophet, the father who is a prophet. We don't know what went on in his heart, but obviously he did not follow the father and did not want to be considered a believer. So such time came when the rain came and water was rising. Noah called on him. It says, called his son, asked him, he said, embark with us. And the son said, no, I will go up the hill or the mountain and get myself up high so the water would not reach it. Imagine that, to the point where he heard the father telling people the flood will come, and people mocked at him. They saw him build an ark. This son saw him build an ark. He saw the brothers help the father. He did not believe in him. Imagine this, that he see the water rising and his father and his family are on the ship. He still did not believe. And when the father said, come with us, he said, I will take myself up to the mountain, I will be saved. The father said, today no one will be saved except whomever Allah wills. This is something to really reflect on. This is a son of a prophet. He sees miracle. He sees his own father. Promises has come true. It is in front of him. The father has been saying for hundreds of years the flood would come and wipe everyone. He saw it, he heard it. Now it's in front of him. The water is rising. The rain is very, very hard. In front of him, even at that point, he does not listen to his father. Even at that time. The heart has to be sealed so shut that nothing penetrates. This is the son of a prophet. So what happens? Water comes between them and he drowns. Noah turns to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, he doesn't want to see his son drown. He obviously knew his behavior of his son, but nonetheless, that's his son. He loved all his children. He said to Allah, Ya Allah, my son is my family. And Allah responds to him, something is maybe shocking for a lot of parents. Allah said to him, he is not your family. He he does unrighteous deeds. What happens to the rest of us who love our family, who love our children? We know they are not following the righteous deeds, and we do love them. We do everything we can to guide them. They do not listen. What is our part? What do we do? This is not an easy question, and it's not an easy answer. I really don't have the perfect answer. We are using this. This is the son of a prophet. And we also, in other surahs, we found that his own wife also, Noah's wife, did not believe in him. But she was on the ship. Then let's compare this with Islameil Hanieyh and his 4 sons. All his sons grew up with him. He raised them. They saw the righteous father. They saw the father that did everything that he could to guide people to the right path. He was a hafiz of the Quran. He lived the Quran. The father lived the Quran. People that followed him, they were true believers. He was bothered so much by his enemies. And his friends, his people, his helpers were martyred. He stood strong. His family, his sons, everyone who followed him, they stood strong with him. What happened to the 4th son? 4th son betrayed him, betrayed Islam. He joined the disbelievers' enemies. He joined the enemies, was the informer for the enemies, so for whatever good reason he thought he had to protect himself. It was maybe more fun. He didn't want to be restricted. Maybe the father was too strict. Whatever similar thing as Noah. The 4th son did not want to have any of that. He wanted to be free, and he wanted to have good life, a lot of money, and he was promised everything that he wanted to have. And obviously he left, and he basically betrayed the father. And many Muslims, most likely many Muslims, were martyred because he cooperated with the enemies. This is what happened to 2 sons of 2 righteous people. And I'm sure many of us have similar situations. This is a very important time, very sensitive time. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make us strong. Do not let fear penetrate into our hearts from anyone other than you, Allah. Let us only fear you and no one else. And let us be very strong in our practice of our religion and in our belief. There's a monkey here. Okay. You have to go. You have to go. Sorry, you have to go, and I have to go. You better go. It wants some food from me. Okay, I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is a good ending. They are such innocent creatures. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.